Hello everyone, as we head into the weekend, we are excitedly expecting back well over 1,000 children onto the school site on Sunday. And I just want to make sure that we have the smoothest of possible starts as we can. I know that our car park is not ideal, and we are trying to find a solution for it, working together. So I wanted just to play you these videos to make sure that we are following the system to keep the students safe, but to try and make a difficult car park as hassle-free as possible. Bear with me and I'll take you through the process. So can we pretend that this is Sunday morning and I am coming for drop-off, okay? So I'm driving sensibly into the school car park, and if I am FS to year 1, I'll be parking up my car. If I'm year 2 and upwards, please use drop, stop and go. And when we're using drop, stop and go, this doesn't mean that we just personally drop by the gate. We drop at the furthest point possible so that we can keep the flow of traffic moving, because we're going to have over 750 cars in the morning. We're trying to make this as smooth as possible. So imagine now I'm doing drop, stop and go. I'm driving to the nearest available slot. Don't forget, we've opened gate 3 and we've opened gate 2. This here might be the furthest available slot. It is not a personal door-to-door service. I would stop, I would drop, my child is exiting the car from the right hand side, we would say our goodbyes and they would go. Now I want you to imagine that we are back doing afternoon pickup, and the car park will change for afternoons because we need even more parking spaces in the afternoon. So rather than the drop lane now, we've gone back to the original parking that we used to have last academic year. Let me show you. I drive into the car park and I can either choose the left hand side, I can park on the far left, or I can park here. So there will be 2 lanes on this left hand side. In the afternoons, however, we have moved and extended the drop, stop and go. So if I want, if this car park is full, I can pull in here like I used to last year. Okay? And then I can safely reverse out. So in the afternoon, this is not going to be a drop, stop and go. We will have parking to the left. So we'll have a row here, we'll have a row in front and a row behind. So this actually becomes more additional parking. Because of the number of students on site, it is really important that we drive slowly and we're checking our mirrors as we pull in and pull out. Many of our secondary parents choose to use this parking area here so that they can just pull up, and the students, I'm sure you can see, just cross the road and go in to gate 5. In the afternoons as well, many of our parents park here and students come out of gate 5, cross the road and meet their parents here. It's a lot less hassle. Some of the children telephone their parents and the parents move from here and then come to gate 5. This, for the secondary parents, is a much better area, with the children only having to walk a small distance and crossing over a road that's not very busy with traffic, and your child can meet you here. So for drop off in secondary in the morning, every child could be stop, drop and go. I would come into the car park here and I would drive to the furthest point. It won't hurt secondary students to walk a little bit further, but anywhere along this channel here I can stop, drop and go. A slight change for the secondary students: they must exit from the left hand side of the car to walk behind the bollards. That's the process for the morning. I stop here, I drop and I go. I stop and drop at the furthest, safest point, and the students will walk. I can then drive through the stop, drop and go, and I'm still in the morning for secondary, I can then drive and exit the car park this way. And this will keep, hopefully, the flow of traffic moving. Alternatively, we could use the car park at the side of the school by the Islamic Centre, and the children could just cross the road. The stop, drop and go for secondary will work quite well. You'll see that there is extensive work happening in the car park that's beyond our control. Next up will be afternoon pickup, that's more complicated. So just to be clear then, for secondary afternoon pickup, that's more complicated, and I'm really sorry, but this is the car park we have and this is what we've got to do. We can either choose to wait. Just to the left there is that car park. Students could walk on the pedestrian crossing and just cross over the road. That will be good for some people. If you want to come in and pick your child up, you enter into gate 5 and you can turn right to park. Okay? And you park. However, the exit, we will need to go out this way, as we would when we've done the stop, drop and go. However, if you've received a telephone call to say your child is outside lined up against the wall waiting, where most of the secondary students line up against the wall when they come out, if you haven't parked and you know your child is outside waiting, you could do this, but there is no parking or hanging around. You could come through and pick up your child, but you have to then keep moving and then drive on. If your child is not outside, then you would have to come round and park. When you've then collected your child, I would then have to exit the car park, trying to keep the flow of traffic, trying to keep our tempers and our understanding, and exit this way. All the while we're trying to keep the flow and the movement around the school. I really hope that we can make this work to make sure that our starts and ends to the school day are compliant and they are safe. Thank you very much for watching.